Sean Michael Cox, who is here in Istanbul. He's a political scientist as well as the Director of Academic Affairs and International Programs over at Bahcesehir University in Istanbul. Sean, good to have you on the show. Let's begin with what Kamala Harris adds to Joe Biden's candidacy.
Well, in the selection of a VP, what a presidential candidate is looking for is someone that can reach out to a demographic that he or she does not represent and can also bring something to the campaign that he or she is lacking. In the case of Joe Biden, he's an older white man. He's from the East Coast. He has a long and storied career in public service, both as a senator and as a vice president. He's represented the United States in international fora around the world. And by selecting Kamala Harris, he's and effectively moving all the way across the country, selecting a person who represents a major West Coast state, who is also a minority, a double minority in the sense that she is of both African and South Asian descent. She's an activist. She's relatively new to the national scene in politics, but she has a very well-established public career within the state of California. And she also comes from a background of activism that could help rejuvenate or could help support Joe Biden's campaign as they battle President Trump and Vice President Pence.
Okay. I understand the whole representation angle, but when you look at it on paper, Kamala Harris is a senator from California, a state that is a strong blue. I'm wondering, just to sort of go on your what you said, why didn't Joe Biden pick a candidate from perhaps a swing state? I mean, if you're going to go pick a woman, then he could have gone with perhaps maybe Stacey Abrams or perhaps Keisha Bottoms or even Amy Klobuchar.
These other candidates that were on the list, both the longer list and the shorter list, were all problematic in some ways that they had courted controversy. Now, that's not to say that Senator Harris has not courted controversy herself, but she ticks off the most boxes, what's needed for Joe Biden's campaign. She's known as a very hard campaigner, very dedicated campaigner. She has a track record of campaigning both as a city attorney for the city of San Francisco, for the state attorney for the state of California. There were other candidates who would represent other states and other constituencies, like Susan Rice, who has public service experience under the Obama administration, but she's never held public office, for example. It's just a matter that out of all of the candidates that the Biden campaign vetted, Harris met most of the most qualifications that he needed to help support his campaign.
Okay. U.S. President Donald Trump has reacted to the news of Joe Biden announcing his running mate as Kamala Harris. Here's what he had to say. Let's play it now.
So I was a little surprised that he picked her. I've been watching her for a long time, and I was a little surprised. She was extraordinarily nasty to Kavanaugh, Judge Kavanaugh then, now Justice Kavanaugh. She was nasty to a level that was just a horrible thing, the way she treated now Justice Kavanaugh, and I won't forget that soon. So she did very poorly in the primaries, and now she's chosen, so let's see how that all works out.
I mean, from the sounds of it, it looks like the president is holding a little bit of a grudge, obviously going back to the Kavanaugh nomination process. What do you make of Trump's reaction?
Well, it's really no surprise that he would make that type of reaction. It didn't matter who Biden would have selected. There would have been an immediate negative response from both President Trump and the Trump campaign. He immediately went into the coded trope of nasty, using the same kind of language that he used against Hillary Clinton in the 2016 election cycle. The interesting thing about this is actually the one thing he said that is true there is he has been following Kamala Harris for quite some time. And as a matter of fact, even after he stopped giving to Democratic candidates, he still supported her candidacy as the California state attorney, donating to her campaign in the 2011-2013 election cycle, as did Ivanka Trump as well. So as recently as 7 years ago, he was a very strong proponent of her and the things that she was going to be doing in California. So it really is no surprise that he's trying to undercut her immediately like this, and he's using sexist and somewhat misogynistic language to do so.
Sean Michael Cox, always a pleasure to talk to you. Thank you for your analysis.